a certain something.
I don't think she realized how amazing her voice was.
Everybody kind of looked at each other and goes, whoa.
They chased one goal relentlessly.
We sent her demo CDs to every record label imaginable.
They all come back unopened.
Through struggles.
They were financially hard times.
Kelly did without a lot.
And setbacks.
When the fire came, that pretty much did Kelly in.
It was a sign from God to come home.
Some people are just driven. A small-town Texan's relentless pursuit to become an American Idol.
Kelly was going to have a career in music no matter what.
Never before seen images, stories, and revelations from the people who know what really happened.
Guys were non-existent.
Kelly didn't have any boyfriends in school.
Because they lived it with her.
Every time I hear her song on the radio, I'm like, oh, wow.
This is Driven, American Idol, Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly was born April 24th, 1982 in Fort Worth, Texas. Kelly was the third child. When I would pick Kelly up from the daycare, she was probably 4 years old, and I would put her in her little seat in the back, and she would just sing her little songs about Jesus. Kelly's biological father is Steve Clarkson. We had gone to California. Steve had gotten a job. Pressure was really intense on him, and he didn't want to be married anymore, so I took the kids back to Fort Worth. Kelly was about 5 years old when we divorced, and it was very difficult. Kelly basically grew up as an only child. Her older sister went back east to live with her aunt, and then my son, he was in Anaheim with his dad.
I first met Kelly at Crestmont Baptist Church. She was 5 or 6 years old, and then later on, her mom and I met in an adult singles class.
We had a lot in common, and one day just decided to get married. And Kelly was not real happy with that.
Kelly personally kind of pulled back.
It was real tense between Kelly and Jimmy.
It had been just Kelly and her mom, and now everything was upheavaled and shifted.
They got things worked out, and Jimmy has been the best father that I ever could have asked for Kelly.
I met her when she moved to Burleson. Kelly was my neighbor. Burleson's a very friendly town.
It seemed like, a nice community and everything, and I had some friends out here, so we decided to make a move, and, it was the best thing we ever did.
Every Sunday, me and Kelly would sing in the church choir, and she was always the first one to volunteer for solos.
People would come up, and they would say things about her voice, about how it touched them.
Middle school was sort of, I guess, an awkward phase for Kelly. She had big glasses, frizzy hair, braces.
Kelly didn't have any boyfriends in school.
Guys were non-existent. She was kind of a tomboy, and she didn't really realize where she fit in.
Cindy Glenn was the first one that started noticing Kelly.
When Kelly was in 7th grade, I heard her in the hall singing, and I talked her into being in choir.
Miss Glenn just drew her out and worked with her, and then she called us in and she says, "You just don't know what you got here."
I met Kelly in 8th grade. She invited me to a talent show, and she blew me away. I mean, for an 8th grader, she had the voice of a woman. I don't think she realized how enormous and amazing her voice was.
I don't know that she ever had as much confidence in her singing as maybe others did, but once she went to high school, she decided that this is what I want to do.
She made it to state choir, and that's a really big accomplishment. I mean, some people live and breathe going to state, and Kelly just kind of did it for the competitive edge.
Kelly's sophomore year, we went to Europe, Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, sang at Army bases and in schools.
A trip like Germany and Austria cost a lot of money.
We just did not have the funds.
They were financially hard times. When you didn't know if you were going to pay the bills, it was a very stressful time.
We found ways for her to have extra jobs here and there, or to stay and work extra hours in order to raise the money for her to do it.
Why do I let myself worry?
Her senior year, she played the lead in Brigadoon.
Having Kelly and Eric as Tommy and Fiona in Brigadoon was even better than we thought it was when we cast it.
Kelly wasn't much of a touchy-feely person, especially during the musical when we started practicing the kissing scenes.
It took them forever to start kissing in the scenes where they were supposed to kiss.
We've known each other since 7th grade, and it was time to put all those pleasantries aside and kiss each other.
The last performance of Brigadoon was hilarious. There were so many extra kisses thrown in that you were going to stop kissing. This is just getting disgusting.
Kelly was thrilled when graduation came around.
Kelly told me that she didn't want to go to college. She was really looking forward to continuing the music career.
We talked about it a lot, and she said, "Mom, if I go to college, what does it have to offer me?"
She wanted to concentrate on her music career and didn't want to waste 4 years of her life.
Once Kelly put her mind to that was what she wanted to do, there was no stopping her.
Everyone just pretty much knew that Kelly was going to have a career in music no matter what.
Right after high school was one of the most tumultuous decision-making times of her life.
Everybody sort of went their own direction. Kelly stayed around home and worked. She got an apartment. Kelly didn't really have the money to work on her music.
Kelly had to get a job to be able to support herself.
I can't even remember all of Kelly's jobs.
She worked in a pharmacy,
Telemarketing,
Door-to-door sales,
the movie theater,
Chili's,
The comedy club.
the zoo.
I worried about her for a while because she was working herself to death.
After Kelly got a taste of the real world, she moved home. Having your own apartment is fine, but if you're not accomplishing what you want to do, then it's really pointless.
Kelly got tired of waiting for something to happen, so she decided that she needed to make a demo.
A man over in, I believe, Las Colinas helped her record 4 songs, and she had those on a demo. Kelly's biological father is he was just floored when he got to hear that CD. And it was really the first time that he had heard her sing that type of music. And he called me up and he said, "You told me she could sing, but I didn't know she could sing like that."
We did a mock photo shoot for Kelly. And we made sort of like a headshot book that we sent with her demo CDs to every record label.
They all come back unopened, not interested.
It was a little discouraging for her.
She just wanted to sing. And then she found the job at Six Flags.
I first met Kelly at Six Flags Over Texas. We worked together at the Christmas show. Kelly played like the tomboy Annie Oakley.
Well, Kelly's always really animated, and they'd go out in the audience and, get old men and Santa baby.
Santa baby, forgot to mention one little thing.
She really, really loved it. I mean, she was getting paid to do what she loved.
So hurry down the street tonight.
We were at a party night after shows, and I said, "Hey, Kelly, want to come to LA with me? I'm moving."
Janet had a boyfriend that was going to pay for 3 months' rent on a place out in LA.
She told everyone she was moving to LA with me, and I was like, "All right."
About killed me, seeing her, leave and go off with, a person that I'd only met a couple times.
When Kelly said that she and a friend were traveling out to LA, all these images of sheep among wolves come into my mind. But by the same token, if I stay true in my own heart to what I taught her, is that either God's in control or everything is like a feather in the wind.
Kelly and Janet packed up all their stuff in both of their cars and drove out there.
When Kelly first got to LA, as usual, things were hectic for her.
Kelly hated LA completely. She hated the parking situation. She hated
just how crowded it was and how rude everybody was.
It was very difficult for her to find a job out there because everybody out there